Las Vegas, and welcome to Chris Garcia, the Conservative American. I am here. I have a special guest today. We promised big shows in 2017, and we have Reid Rasner. He is a candidate for City Council out of Ward 6, and I'm telling you, he is an intelligent young man. These are the kind of people that we need to elect to help make our city great again. In fact, his slogan is something similar to that. Reid, thank you so much for being on my show today, and just introduce yourself to the people and let them know what ward you're running from and what you want to do to improve Las Vegas.
Yeah, so my name is Reid Rasner. I'm running for Las Vegas City Council in Ward 6, which is the northwest corridor of Las Vegas from Decatur over and Rancho up, basically. It's got some zigzags in there. I really want to improve our infrastructure. I want to improve on our solar energy and reduce the private regulation on solar energy so we can have rooftop solar. I want to decrease our youth homelessness. I want to eliminate or decimate the gang violence and illegal drug trafficking in the state, which provides to our youth homelessness and sex trafficking and so much violence that we see today across the entire city. I want to work with our community members to make sure that our community stays safe and work on getting a coalition between the police departments and our community. So we're working side by side and we're not working against each other. But the police aren't working against anyone. They're working with us. And I want to create that coalition that we can forge and make sure that our communities do stay safe and we reduce the robberies and we reduce the thefts and we reduce any graffitiings. And, the graffiti is just a gang or someone tagging an area for something. There's a reason it's there. And if you see something, you really need to say something, and you shouldn't be ashamed to say something. Absolutely. It's not tattletelling. You really have to say something. Right. So we have to work with our police on this and make sure that the police understand that, yeah, we get 150 calls a day, but you know what? Maybe one of those calls does save a life. We just had a kidnapping, actually. You may have read about this, and then they found from down in South Las Vegas. And they found her in New Mexico in chains, and they arrested the two guys that kidnapped her. But that could have been contributed to a gang, or it could have been to the sex trafficking. Yes. This could have we don't know the details yet. Stabbing, shootings. I mean, every day I hear about this, and it's really unfortunate. We need to work with our nonprofits. We need to work with our churches and our leaders of faith, and everyone. This is going to take a community involvement to get out there and make the changes we want. And get me elected so that we can actually make these changes and expect great changes, which happens to be my campaign slogan.
Excellent. Reid, I know a lot of people don't like to go into this, but as a business owner, and I used to trade commodities and futures, so I understand about the power industry. What is all of the regulation, the red tape about solar energy? What is going on with that? Why?
So the solar energy in Las Vegas, we have Nevada Energy, which gives us our energy for all of our homes. Everyone pays the Nevada Energy bill. And years ago, we could get solar panels, and we could start contributing to the grid by having these rooftop solar panels. And instead of paying a bill, we would actually get a check back. So you got $5 or $10 back because you consumed exactly what you always consume. Plus, you produced an extra 20 kilowatts or 30 or however many kilowatts or megawatts or whatever you produced from your rooftop. Your house provided energy to Nevada Energy, which then sold it to someone else. So then Nevada Energy is like, whoa, we're paying these people now. They're not paying us. We're going to reduce that by 75%. We're going to grandfather them in, but we're also going to charge them 25% more on their energy bill. So you have no savings, and you're actually paying more for your energy from Nevada Energy, and you're producing energy back into the grid. So I'm originally from Wyoming, and I was a business owner in Wyoming, and this doesn't make sense. The economics doesn't make sense. And I really think that with my energy background coming from Wyoming, that Las Vegas and Nevada, the state, could seriously be a contender in renewable energy for the nation if we can partner with people to start getting these rooftop solar panels and the solar shingles that look exactly like tile shingles. You don't even know they're solar. Producing energy and selling that back into the grid and start making us money. It makes perfect sense to me. Why we're paying electric bills, I have no idea. We have the sun. The sun is providing this. And yes, it's expensive to get going, but if each citizen that can afford it or maybe there's a grant program to get this going, and the city participates, and the state, and the county, and everyone starts participating, we're going to have solar panels everywhere.
Reid, watch out, you're making too much sense.
Oh, and Nevada Energy also is producing, they also have their own solar farms that they're producing. So part of the renewable project file was that they have to produce 25% by 2020 of their energy has to come from renewable resources. So why can't our homes contribute to that 25%? Why can't we make it 50%? I'm not saying to legislate saying it has to be 50%. Yeah. I'm saying less legislation, less regulation, and let the people be, and let the people make money. That's what I'm all about. We cannot legislate our way out of the holes that we've dug, and we cannot regulate our way out.
Absolutely. Now, talking about gang violence, I know that's a big thing to you. It's a big thing to me. When I was a youth myself, I was involved with one of the biggest gangs in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, and it took a lot. I had to move. I moved out here almost 30 years ago to get away from that kind of a lifestyle. Talk to me about that, because that seems to mean a lot to you.
It does mean a lot. So I've never been in a gang or anything like that, but I mean, and I don't know the inside of the life, but I see the violence, and I see the drugs, and I see it seriously impacting the youth. Just the other day, I was getting ready to do an open house, and I came out from getting my gas out of the convenience store, and a young man, had to be 16, 17 years old, just was begging someone to buy him something to eat. All he wanted was just a sandwich or something. You could actually hear it in his voice, like the pain that he was feeling. And I don't know if you've ever been so hungry that it actually hurts, but you could actually hear the pain that this kid was feeling. I ended up buying him a sandwich and everything, but are drugs involved? Probably, likely. But we have nonprofits in the city of Las Vegas that can help take care of this. And it's going to take a community effort. I keep saying this. It always comes back to the community. The entire community has to be involved. This isn't the city council has to do this. The city council needs to initiate something with these nonprofits, and the community needs to organize and get behind it. And not everyone has to get involved, but it's going to take a very good amount of people. Everyone needs to get involved. We need to take care of our youth homelessness and the illegal drugs and the gang activity. And I'm not saying to lock up drug users. I'm saying we need to go after the big fish and stop the drug trafficking that's coming through Las Vegas. We need to go after the big guys and get the drugs out of Las Vegas. Get the gangs to stop using sex trafficking and stop using people for those purposes, and start really making something of our city and start cleaning up our streets. There's just so much violence around here. If you look at the crime report, I check it every morning. There's so many thefts, so many violent crimes. Yes. And that's not good on our tourism industry either. People are scared of what's out in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is a city. It's just a beautiful place if you explore Las Vegas. Yes. Beyond the Strip. There's so much more to Las Vegas. We really need to clean those streets up and actually make everyone feel more involved and more local.
Yeah. Reid, because I want to get into specifics, but I know as a youth coming up on the south side of Chicago, and we experience this all over the country, whether it's Detroit or Los Angeles or New York, the unemployment rate amongst youth is ridiculous. I mean, and I know even coming up in those communities, they were decimated. There were very few businesses, and most of them were liquor stores or something like that, which children can't work in. Right. And I think that's the thing, is that there's so few opportunities. I think that when I was younger and when my dad was coming up, there were opportunities, there were jobs, there were, the blocks were involved in the community. We had block clubs, we had block club parties, the police were involved, and then that just seemed to all go away. And it's like, I think a lot of children feel like they're left behind, that they don't have opportunities. What do you think specifically we could do? Because it is this block by block, ward by ward, that we could do to help young people out in the city.
Well, block by block and ward by ward is good. I am a strong believer in trade schools and getting behind the trade schools. And not everyone wants to go to college. Absolutely. Not everyone wants to go to university. Not everyone can. And every kid needs an education. If they can't go to high school and get their high school, or they've dropped out for some reason, there's nonprofits out there, and there are scholarship programs for them to get their GED. We can still get their GED. We can still partner with other nonprofits. I mean, this isn't going to cost the city anything, except for we need to initiate the conversation and get the conversation rolling and get the community involved to get these nonprofits active enough to partner with Mike Grove Foundation, a great foundation that actually will give a scholarship for trade schools. So we need electricians, we need plumbers, we need radio personalities, we need roofers, we need people doing siding and painting houses, we need landscapers, we need all of these things. The computer industry, obviously.
Why don't they get the word out, Reid? Because I'm going to tell you something. I've been downtown for almost 27 years, and there's a place over here doing fantastic work rehabilitating youth, and yet you don't hear about it. What?
And you don't hear about it.
You don't hear about it.
I don't know why you don't hear about it, but there's so many nonprofits. If you just Google it in Las Vegas, just use the Google machine.
Yeah.
Google it. There's so many nonprofits, and you know, I talk to my neighbors, and a lot of them actually are involved in the nonprofits. They're retired and senior, and they actually do go down, and they do pack cold lunches for the homeless youth, and they do go do this stuff. And maybe it's just something that they do, but they don't talk about it publicly to everyone else. I mean, I've talked to them about it privately. Maybe they don't want it, you know, known, but it's something that the entire community is going to have to get behind.
Yes.
And if you're not into the youth homelessness, then maybe get behind a different one. Just go down to Homeless Shelter or Salvation Army. There's so many. Churches need to get more involved in the community. We need to bring back and get back to basic America. What made America so great back then? What has changed today? And kids need to get out of the house and start playing and feel safe to play in the streets. And the only way to do that is to make sure that our police are equipped and have enough staff and enough policemen on the streets, breaking up the gang violence and making it safe enough for parents to allow their kids to go out and play basketball or ping pong like these guys are doing right across the street. They can go out there and they're not going to get shot, and they're not going to get involved in a gang because the gangs aren't going to exist anymore. And that's really what I want to do, is I really want to work with the police departments and form these alliances to decimate the gang activity, the illegal drug trafficking, sex trafficking, make it safe for our kids, and make sure the youth homelessness, #1 in the nation. Nevada is #1 in the nation for youth homelessness.
Unbelievable.
And that pocket of homelessness is down here in the southern tip. Mesquite has some. I mean, everyone has some. But we are right here. And in our backyard, this is happening, and we have to address this on a local issue, and it starts at our city council and our community members and our churches and the Boys and Girls Clubs. This starts right here in the communities and goes out from there.
Wow, this is wonderful, man. I'm just meeting this gentleman today, and these are the kind of people that we need on our city council. Reid, you've been pounding the pavement. I know you said you walked a few miles in that. When you knock on people's doors and they answer the door, Reid, what are their concerns?
You know, yesterday I was totally blown away because I just started campaigning. Friday I went down, I signed up, I'm running for city council. That was Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I spent 2 days organizing and just getting my battle plan together. What am I going to do? How am I going to get my word out? Monday, I started going out door to door. Totally blown away. I knocked on the door. No one's heard of me or my campaign. Hasn't even saw my website because I don't have any SEO or anything backing it up yet, reidrasner.com. But he goes, what are you going to do about these homeless kids? He actually asked me that. I was totally floored. Actually asked me about youth homelessness in Nevada and homelessness in general. And I was like, this is an actual issue. In Ward 6, if you go to Costco, if you go to Walmart right across the street of Ward 6, if you go over to Lowe's or Home Depot or Albertsons, you see them with their signs, and not all of them might truly be homeless, but a lot of them are, and they're actually out there. And they do need the community's help. They have no other option.
What's the financial makeup of the ward in general, Reid?
I think we're a fairly diverse ward. It's a middle class, middle upper class, depending on which areas you get into.
Cool.
For the demographics of Ward 6. We've got a lot of good things going. I mean, there's tons of commercial development happening. New stores are popping up. They just put a natural grocers, which is an indication that there's some disposable income in the ward, obviously, because it's a higher end grocery store. And there's people from all backgrounds, all ethnicities, everything. Every person in the world lives in Ward 6. And really, it's a great ward. I moved there. I really, really love this ward. It's a really great area of town. And we need to make sure it stays safe. That is a huge concern, especially with the older. That was the second biggest thing, was safety and security. And we even live in a gated community, but it's just so easy to even get into the community. That's just an illusion almost. you could still just piggyback or walk in.
Yeah.
So
No.
safety and security and making sure our police force has enough staff and enough equipment to make sure that our community stays safe.
I know the last issue we're going to tackle, and again, it's very important to you, is sex trafficking. Hearing something about it. You want to speak on that, please?
Yeah, so sex trafficking, just the other day we had a kidnapping. It came out of southern Las Vegas, down to the south. And they kidnapped her. They just found her. I saw the news release. It was either last night or this morning. I can't remember. And they found her down in New Mexico, actually shackled and fettered with chains and padlocks. They found her. They arrested the 2 guys that did this. I don't know that it was sex trafficking. Seems like it may have been, if the shoe fits. Was it gang related? I don't know. Possibly. I mean, I can't imagine the need. I have no idea what else it would be.
Right.
But that's for the police and the detectives to tell us what it was. But sex trafficking in Las Vegas is a huge issue. It really is. And there are several JSTOR articles out there. If we read the articles on sex trafficking, on prostitution, we have prostitutes, but a lot of them may not want to be prostitutes, and they're being forced to be a prostitute.
Yes.
Sex trafficking is a problem, and the money from the prostitution that they're earning isn't going in their pockets.
No.
That money is going to a gang,
Yes.
to a pimp that
Yes.
then pays it up. It's all getting kicked up somewhere.
Yes.
We need to decimate the gangs and crush them. We need to crush the gang activity, the drug activity. And I don't want to just fill our jails, our local jails, with drug users. Those people need some counseling and guidance in their life also, which is going to take community support. It's not going to need more legislation. It's not going to need more regulation. This is seriously a community issue from the ground up of our city that it's going to take. This is no one politician. This is no one mayor, one city councilman, one person can do this. This is a community involved. It's going to take the entire community to get it done.
Absolutely.
And to clean our streets up and make Las Vegas amazing again.
Absolutely. So we got a couple of minutes left on our show, and I'm going to give you an opportunity right now because this guy makes a lot of sense, and that's what it's all about. When you meet people, he's just a regular guy. He loves his city. He loves his ward. He wants to make it better. He wants to make it safer. Reid, when you win, because you're going to win. And you got a friend here at Radio Tribune with myself and Rolando. Tell us what your vision is for what you're going to do for this city, for this ward, because I think you're going to go on past city council. I can see you being mayor one day. I think you're going to do big things. So tell me what your vision is, what you want to do.
For our ward specifically, I want to make sure that we continue with our economic growth and commercial growth opportunities and bringing money into our district and making sure that the businesses can open. And cutting those regulations on businesses and the bureaucratic red tape and getting more businesses in, opening up more jobs, and making sure the people of the ward are working. I want to make sure it stays clean. I want to make sure that code enforcers are out there making sure that the properties, if you drive along Rancho, we came down along Rancho to get here today. The city has some major infrastructure issues. So
Rolando talks about that all the time.
The city needs to clean up its act. They cannot sit there and restrict and regulate the people. And it's not do as I say, not as I do. Listen, we need to be a shining example for the city in this ward, in all wards. We're going to clean Ward 6 up. We're going to make sure it stays beautiful. We're going to make sure it stays safe. We're going to get rid of this solar restrictions. You can't have solar panels. I mean, this is stuff that I truly want to do. I want to make sure that we can produce solar energy and really make an energy market in Nevada to start capitalizing, because we can make money doing that.
Wow.
And get out of our deficit. And I want to get those youth homelessness numbers down. I don't want to be number one in the nation. I want to be last in the nation.
Absolutely. Reid, thank you so much,
Thank
my
you.
friend. This is the next city councilman from Ward 6. I promised you this year we were going to have big shows. Didn't I tell you the one thing you will learn about Chris Garcia? He does not lie. My wife, she doesn't agree with that all the time. But I told you we were going to have big shows in 2017. Reid Rasner, you heard it here first. This is the next city councilman out of Ward 6. When you see him walking up and down your blocks in Ward 6, open the door. I know he looks young. You probably think he's selling candy. He's not. He's going to be the next city councilman from Ward 6. Open the door. This is the kind of stuff that you're going to hear. If you want your neighborhood safe in Ward 6, if you want to end sex trafficking, If you want to bring business to Ward 6, this is the man that you want to elect. He's got on a beautiful suit. He's got gym shoes. That tells you the kind of person he is. He is pounding the pavement in Ward 6 for you. Google, watch this show later. Chris Garcia, the Conservative American. We have an executive producer, Cian. My sister's the assistant producer. They do a wonderful job. Check out my Facebook. All the shows are up. Google Chris Garcia, the Conservative American. You will see this babyface assassin right here. This is Reid Rasner. He is the next city councilman. You heard it here first. Out of Ward 6. Open your door. Please support him. If he needs money, help him out because he's trying to help Ward 6. Thank you so much for joining today. God bless America. God bless our troops. And God bless Donald Trump. See you.